Hello everyone, my name is Flo and I'm an instrument maker based in Finland, and I just finished building my first acoustic guitar. Let's get into the real topic of this video, which is the difference between slotted pins and a slotted bridge. So I saw recently a video of Driftwood's guitar about the topic, and it got me really curious about what kind of difference does it do to the sound of a guitar. And I just put the strings on this guitar for the first time last week, and I've been playing it since, and it's absolutely lovely. I really like it. But it still has those ugly plastic slotted pins, and I would really like to change them and try out the theory behind the slotted bridge. So you might be thinking that I'm a little bit crazy trying out something that I don't know on a brand new guitar, the first acoustic guitar that I built. And you're right. But the thing about this guitar is that it was all about experimenting new ideas, new techniques, and new designs, trying things out, and I think the slotted bridge fits perfectly there. So first we're gonna record some sound samples with the slotted pins and this microphone setup. Then we're gonna take the guitar to my bench, modify the bridge, and come back and record the same sound samples. And then we'll see if there is a difference or not. So this should be fun. Let's get to it. Alright, I think we have enough sound samples now, so let's go to the workshop and modify this bridge. So, let's have a look at this guitar. So first thing first, we got to remove the strings and then file some slots into the bridge. Let's do this. Okay, so now we've removed the strings and the pins. And as you can see on the close-up, the pins have a little slot in them that allow the string to go through. And so the theory behind the slotted bridge is that then the ball of the string will rest entirely in contact with the bridge plate underneath the top of the guitar. And then the slot in the bridge will create a stronger angle to the saddle, which means there will be more surface in contact with the saddle, which will also transmit more energy to the guitar in theory. So that's what we're going to figure out now. Okay, so in order to do this job, I created this little saw from an old saw that I cut the blade off and then made a little handle. And the reason is that it has to be super small in order to go into the holes of the guitar. Okay, so now we're going to saw a slot, possibly as vertically as possible. Okay, so now what we have here is we've put a slot in all of the string holes, and this is the new pins that I've turned for the occasion. As you can see, there's no slot in the pin. This one is made out of birch, like the bindings of this guitar. And as you can see, the string is like held up directly in the groove of the bridge. Now I need to continue the groove a little bit further, but first I noticed that this saw is actually really too thin for this job, and the groove isn't even wide enough for the thinnest strings. So I should actually make a new tool out of a thicker saw, but that's for another time. Now I'll just continue working on this with different files and tools until I get all the strings to fit, and then we can see how it sounds like. Okay, so now as you can see, we have finished cutting the grooves into the bridge, and in the end I also used this round conical file, and with a combination of all three we got the grooves matching for each strings. So here we are, it's the next day, and we are just putting the finishing touches on the pins and the bridge and stringing up the guitar, and then we're gonna take it to the microphone and check how it sounds. Alright, so back in front of the microphones and ready to test out this possibly new guitar, who knows? Let's see how it sounds. Okay, so first impression, I would say that it sounds at least just as good as it did before, so we didn't ruin it. That is good news. It's hard to tell if it sounds better or different. I do have a slight feeling that the bass side is maybe a little bit more present. Maybe a bit more balanced, I don't know exactly, but hopefully the microphones will be able to tell us a bit more precisely if there is a difference or not. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna play exactly the same samples as I played yesterday, and then we can compare with the different microphones. So let's go with the first sample. thank you very much for watching this video until the end. It's been a real pleasure to play this guitar and present it out to you and try out this slotted bridge versus slotted pin difference. And yeah, in the end, I don't know if it makes such a difference, but visually it's pleasing. The sound is really nice. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.